Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Girl. Welcome to our Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 8 Thoughts video. Just finished watching the latest episode of The Clone Wars on Disney+. I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts on the episode. In this episode, we conclude the storyline with Ahsoka and the Martez sisters, and the Pikes, and all that fun stuff that we've been running through for the last three, this being the fourth episode of the storyline. So yes, in this episode, we still see Ahsoka and Trace and Rafa are still prisoners of the Pikes, and Ahsoka's kind of struggling with the decision whether to tell Rafa and Trace about her Jedi past and the fact that she could help them escape pretty quickly if she just kind of admits it. But she ends up putting in a kind of a plan of her own without kind of fully including Trace and Rafa, and it just telling them that they had to trust her on this, and she ends up seemingly giving them up to the Pikes, when in reality she was giving them an opportunity to escape, and so that she could then escape herself after without having to drag a couple non-Jedis with her. So yeah, I really enjoyed kind of seeing this kind of different route, seeing Ahsoka just kind of knowing what she has to do and just kind of be like, okay, I'm going to do it. I know the plan. I know how to work this thing. I've got the experience. I've been doing these kind of things before. You two, I'm going to send you guys off. Just trust me. Just go. And they end up coming and helping Ahsoka escape again as well. But yeah, I did enjoy, kind of Ahsoka being like prepared to sacrifice herself in a sense to save her two new friends, which is very Ahsoka. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I liked how that decision of Ahsoka is really translated to Rafa, and then made that connection between Rafa and or helped make the connection between Rafa and Ahsoka kind of overcome the tension that they've had, the mistrust they've had up to now, and then Rafa recognizes that Ahsoka's sacrificing herself for them to be able to escape, and so I do like Rafa's motivation to go back to help Ahsoka, though, being like, I can't let her one up me, I have to go back and help, otherwise I owe Ahsoka. And I'm like, that works. If you got to use that kind of balance system in your head to be a good person, why not? But yeah, I just kind of enjoyed a little bit of motivation, and then seeing all these them all kind of overcoming the tension of the fact that Ahsoka was a Jedi. They even say at the end of the episode one point though that Rafa says to Ahsoka, that you're what I hope the Jedi would be, or what I would want them to be, and I'm like, aw, that's so nice. And I do like that, they were able to overcome this, I don't want to say prejudice against the Jedi, but be able to come a little more open-minded to, maybe they're not all exactly the way they had presumed they would be. And so I like that they're, they were able to all overcome this and learn a little lesson about themselves and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I like that we see Rafa and Trace go steal some more spice, because they're like, yeah, we got some, you gave us some originally, we threw that out, we're gonna steal some from you to then get our friend back, which I like the way they go about it. It's fun. Rafa's just pushing her, like being kind of like bossy on the shipping platform where she's trying to get the spice from him, and then they end up getting in a big old fight, which was still kind of fun. I did find it kind of like interesting. I'm like, you girls are brave, just picking fights with giant lizard-looking dudes. Okay, I don't know if I would have swung. I recognized he had a helmet on when she went to go. I was like, yeah, that's gonna happen, but it's a kid's show, so. But it's still a little fun to see them, beat up a couple people and then escape with the spice. So that was a fun little scene. We get some more of the Mandalorians in this episode. They tease it in the middle of the episode, and then we get, find out at the end. So I'll get to that in a moment. But we also learn in this episode that the Pikes are reporting to Maul, which makes sense at this time, who's the head of the Crimson Dawn, or the different crime organizations. So yeah, I enjoyed that. He's on Mandalore, and that then makes the connection to why the Mandalorians are there. They at the end of the episode come and recruit Ahsoka to join them to go stop Maul, who's currently the ruler of Mandalore, if I remember my Clone Wars timeline correctly. So yeah, that was a really fun little thing that I was like, how did I not think of that when I saw the Mandalorians in the last couple episodes? We saw them like pop up a couple times, watching Ahsoka, and I was like, why didn't I even make that connection? It's just tough because I'm bouncing between all the different storylines in Star Wars. Because then you go to Mandalorian, and it's the Mandalorian, and it's a whole different timeline. So, but yeah, so it was fun to kind of learn that this, this is all leading up to Ahsoka, kind of an Ahsoka Darth Maul showdown in the next, like, seemingly the next 4 episodes, I believe, or what's left of the season. So yeah, I'm really excited that they set that up nicely. I like that it was just really quickly set up too. Like the Mandalorians show up and like, hey, we need your help. You got 5 minutes to decide. And so I was like, I guess I'm coming. Can I leave my bike here, guys? And they're like, of course, we're all friends now. So yeah, I really enjoyed this little bit. I thought this was a nice kind of way to end off this story of Ahsoka's kind of first little, like, I don't want to say solo mission, but first kind of adventure after having left the Jedi Order, and now she's kind of getting, like, she's only had one adventure, well, kind of one adventure. She's been through a little bit with with Trace and Rafa, but the fact that now, almost right away, she's getting thrown back into the Jedi mix of stuff, and that's because she is a Jedi. Well, when you're trained to be something for so long and you spend your whole life trying to be, it's kind of hard to escape that, even if you're not officially part of the band anymore, as it were. So yeah, I just kind of really enjoy the way this episode set it up and sets us up for the last, what I'm thinking is the last story arc of the season and of the series. So I'm both excited and I'm also a little like, we're getting to the end of the series. I want more. I could watch Clone Wars animated forever. But that's just me personally. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on the latest episode of the Clone Wars. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought about this latest episode, and if what you think, how excited you are for the next coming episodes. But thanks again for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and have a good one.